The topic we have chosen to discuss today is adolescence and mental health. But firstly, what is mental health? Oxford Dictionary states that it is a person's condition with regard to their physiological and emotional well-being.
A survey was carried out by Mental Health Ireland to assess the stability of mental health in Ireland. Results revealed that 36% know someone with mental health problems. 17% of girls aged 15 to 24 suffer with mental health. 8% of boys of the same category suffer from depression. And 20% of males and 11% of females admitted to have positive mental health. My World Survey was another survey carried out, and the results of this survey were: over 1 in 5 adolescents admitted to self-harm. 7% of adolescents reported suicide attempt, and 60% of adolescents reported stress due to their financial position.
Mental health is not always negative. There's also many positive aspects. There's been huge studies done on mental health with regards to teenage years. Martin Seligman is a professor who is the founder of positive psychology. Seligman believes that it is possible to measure key components of well-being and to also teach them. He examines certain states such as happiness, strength of character, and optimism. He came up with an acronym known as PERMA to help people achieve a more positive mind frame. P stands for positive emotion and our sense of well-being. For example, write 3 positive things that went well during the day before you go to sleep. E stands for engagement. This involves people engaging in activity to keep them occupied. For example, exercise. R stands for relationships. This involves developing good relationships with our peers. For example, relationships with friends and family. M stands for meaning. This involves carrying out activities to help others, not just for your own pleasure, but as this helps with your personal well-being. For example, volunteer work. A stands for accomplishment. This comes through effort and self-discipline. For example, persistently working towards your goal.
The semicolon. This tattoo trend has become increasingly popular among adolescents. The tattoo is in relation to suicide. The author could have chosen to end the sentence, but chose not to. The author is you, and the sentence is your life. The tattoo represents a young person's plea against suicide. In recent years, vast amounts of research have been carried out in relation to adolescence and mental health. However, signs of negative mental health are not always obvious. However, here are some small pointers to look out for. If the person is isolating themselves, if they are recently showing a lack of feelings or emotion, irregular mood swings, avoidance, and showing a general lack of enjoyment. If you come across any of these signs, make sure you comfort the person, don't push it to one side, and get help. And remember, when an I becomes a we, even an illness can become a wellness.
There are a number of organisations that give support for mental health. For example, Pieta House, Samaritans, Aware, Suicide or Survive, and Jigsaw. Popular events that have been held are Cycle Against Suicide and Darkness into Light. Cycle Against Suicide is an organisation that run a cycle around Ireland to help encourage people to break the stigma of suicide. Their message is, it's okay not to be okay, and it's absolutely okay to ask for help. Darkness into Light is a walk in the early hours of the morning where crowds of people walk into the sunrise. This is to show there is light at the end of the tunnel.
In the past, there has been a significant amount of stigma surrounding mental health. This is especially highlighted in the poetry of Paul Durcan, in particular the poem Sport. However, in recent years there has been huge efforts made to shatter the stigma on mental health. The government have responded by implementing a new PE curriculum which is focused around well-being, both mental and physical well-being. According to the World Health Organization, there is no health without mental health. However, mental health cannot be solved overnight. It takes a serious amount of time and persistence.
Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day.